ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ hope you're all ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ. I'm just laughing away. I had this plan to make a few TikTok videos and put them in different parts. However, I gave up on that and I'm going to make this one long video, so forgive me to anybody who hates long videos. I'm going to do a shout out to Gulab Singh. He hates long videos, but please, we've become a generation of quick, snappy, constant quick, snappy. Can we get out of that mindset and enjoy some longer videos that are really important, that you can learn things from? Because try to put a lecture into 5 minutes, even 3 minutes according to TikTok, it's virtually impossible. So and that's why I'm laughing away. So I just can't do these TikToks for this video, but this video is really important and I hope you've all tuned in for this video and I hope you watch it till the end. Please don't give up on this video, because I know everybody's got a busy life, but take some time out, sit with your family, sit with your friends and just watch this video, please. That is a humble request from me, that you just sit and enjoy and understand what I'm about to tell you today. So first of all, I'm going to start from this website, which is the British Heart Foundation, BHF. Do you know they looked over the last 50 years that in the South Asian population over the European population within the UK is 50% higher risk of heart disease and diabetes. Now that is scary to know that. Just being an Asian increases your risk. That is really scary. And it should make us think, wow. And then what are they talking about when they say South Asian? Where they're talking about people from the India subcontinent. So that is people who are Indian, Bangladesh, Pakistani, Sri Lanka, and things. I'm talking about people who are from there but actually live in UK. That's where the study was done. Now, what is the reasons behind that? So again, from the website, they mention things like a lot to do with the body shape of Asians, and unfortunately a lot of body shapes of Asian, we have this Buddha look body where it's a kind of like fat around the central belt, and carrying fat around the central belt is a really dangerous area to carry fat, because round here the issue that you do have is that your body works harder to pump that insulin when you're dealing with sugar and stuff, and this increases your risk of diabetes type 2. Yeah, it's very common. You see that here in a lot of families, type 2 diabetes is very common in the Asian population, and it's to do with that central belt area where you carry the weight. So it's quite a dangerous place, that Buddha belly, the big fat sides and the big back, you know. It's really a really dangerous place to carry weight, and that's unfortunately part of our body shape for a lot of Asians. But you know what, guys, we can actually change that. We need to just be more focused, more disciplined, and we can work on getting that changed. And what are the things that we can do? You know, first of all, we can look at how we're eating food. So a lot of our food that we are very rich, but the thing is, it's big portions as well. We've all been to the parties and weddings, and you look at a plate, and I've been to, when you go to a restaurant and you get a starter and it's a tiny wee bit of leaf and one spring roll and that's your starter. No offense to anybody from that background, but if you look at an Asian starter, it's 2 spring rolls, it's 2 samosas, it's a pakora, there's a drumstick in there, there's salad, you know, there's a fish thing. It's crazy. Our starter looks like a full meal for 2 guys. And that is crazy. And that, of course, is going to increase your problems, you know, eating that type of food. Then, guys, that's just the starter I'm talking about. You've got your dinner to come. And then the dinner, you've got a full plate, and that's like a lamb curry or a vegetable curry with a couple of chapatis, and then, you know, whatever else is in there, yogurt, dips, all that stuff in that second plate. And then, on top of that, to make matters worse, then we've got a dessert coming. And the dessert, we know, gulab jamun, full of syrup with vanilla ice cream. Beautiful, yes, I know. I love gulab jamun, hot one especially with the ice cream. However, again, it's too much. The portions are too big and the sugar content is just tips you over the edge. It's instant diabetes, guys. And this is how we've been living. This is how we've been eating for so many years. And no one is saying that you can't have these treats. And the word is treat. And treat was something you had in moderation. But unfortunately, moderation to a lot of us now means every single day. Where if you look back in the days, even someone from my age, if I look back and you think about that treat cupboard used to be somewhere high up or locked away. And only certain people could get to that treat cupboard. Where now, if you look in your household, a treat cupboard is basically right in front of you. It's just there, accessible, with all your crisps, your juice, and your sweets and chocolates. It's all there in front of you. And that is quite scary as well. That's how society has changed. So we're going to that cupboard very frequently. It's not no longer moderation. It's become necessity that we go into that cupboard. So we need to change those habits as well. What else can we do? We can start looking at the way we serve food in the gurdwaras. So gurdwara, Sikh place of worship. If you look at gurdwara, these days, a lot of issues that we have is there's a lot of pakoras getting fried, samosas getting fried, spring rolls getting fried, and now I can hear those people, this guy, turn them off, he's trying to ruin my life, he's trying to stop me from eating these food. I'm not trying to stop anyone from doing anything. All I'm trying to do is state some obvious facts that the way we're cooking in gurdwaras, the way we're cooking in our homes, the way we are eating our treats, has become excessive. And we need to start reassessing these things that we're doing. So, from a Gurdwara point of view, when you go to a place of worship, it should be all about spirituality, but also health. Now, without health, you do your meditation, you can't do your prayers, you can't do bhakti as we call it, which is, sitting down, doing your prayers and meditating on Vaheguru, meditating on the wonders creator, meditating on God. You can't do those things if you're unhealthy. You struggle with it. You find it hard to get up in the morning. Now, if you go to a Gurdwara and they're promoting that way, if they're promoting that way of this is the way we eat, when you go in and you see, and it's like almost competition as well. This guy last week, he made A, B, and C, so I'm going to make D, E, and F. It's a competition game. So he had gulab jamun, I'm going to have jalebi and gulab jamun. He had jalebi and gulab jamun, I'm going to have jalebi, gulab jamun, and burfi. Burfi is like a white, sweet, very powdery, kind of milk kind of sweet. Again, really nice for a little treat. But going to the Gurdwara and seeing this type of foods getting served, it's not promoting good health, is it? If anything, it's promoting unhealthy eating. And that's then indirectly destroying our health, which is causing these problems, as the British Heart Foundation website is telling us, and that is diabetes and heart disease. Now, you must be wondering, why is he talking about this stuff? Why is he talking about this? A young lad, okay, I'm not that young, I'm 39, young enough. The reason I'm talking about this is because, sadly, last year, it's been 1 year already, myself, at the age of 38-year-old, I suffered from a heart attack. And I know you must be thinking, what, 38-year-old Dharmveer Singh had a heart attack? Yes, I had a heart attack last year, and that was frightening for me. I just turned 38 in August, and September, bang, I suffered from a heart attack. Now, I wasn't the biggest guy in the world, I wasn't that overweight. I was carrying that central belt weight that I was referring to at the start, that Buddha belly and the sides and the back, so I know exactly why I'm telling you this, where I'm coming from, because I had that. So that could have been a factor. It's also hereditary. There's those increases because being South Asian. So yes, I suffered. I woke up one day feeling well, not a problem, just got on with my day, and then later on in the day I started feeling this very uncomfortable feeling in the chest, the jaw, and the neck area, and then I discovered later on that night that I was having a heart attack, and I phoned the ambulance, and then they told me that's what I was having. So that was a real wake-up call, and through that, instead of being this typical Asian and just thinking, oh, this happened to me, and just carry on, and don't tell anybody, don't share it with anybody, and for myself, I would be doing injustice by not sharing this story, because I want to help people, and being a Sikh, being who we are, it's all about selfless service. Now, holding and that information back and not helping others, it makes me selfish, not selfless. And I need to make sure that my friends, my family know about this story so they can help themselves. Even if I can help one person, my duty is done from this video. So after that, I recovered really well. God's grace, Guru's Kirpa. I recovered fast. And I sat down and I said to myself, what has just happened to me? And why has this happened? So obviously I read a lot, done a research while I was off work. I read up on a lot of information about this. I spoke to a rehab lady after I came out of hospital. So, there was a lot of information was given to me that started making sense to me, that I absorbed and implemented into my life. So one of the things I was told, it'd be a really good idea if you could lose some weight as well. That will help you, you know. I says, all right, no problem. So I was 11.5 stone, and she says 2 stone would be ideal. If you could lose 2 stone, you've done really well. But no pressure, but that would be a really good thing for you to do. So I says, okay, no problem. So I thought that sounds really like impossible, you know, to lose. How do you lose 2 stone? It's so difficult. It's so hard to lose a couple of pounds, and you put pounds on like it's nothing. And I thought, right, so I sat back, I said to myself, right, no crash diets, they don't work, they're not sustainable. When you try to go on a crash diet, you try to put too many things into your way, like you set yourself too many goals, what happens? You just fall flat on your face. So the secret is sitting back and assessing everything. And so I says to myself, right, I need to do this in a way that is sustainable. So I said I need to do a lifestyle change. No crash course diets, but a lifestyle change. And that's exactly what I did. I took a change for the better, and I says, right, so I cut my portions down. I started going walking consistently every day for at least 20 minutes, minimum 20 minutes. Obviously, this is when when my health started getting better. Then I cut out all the sweets, all the sugar, all the cakes, all those kind of things. Now you must be thinking, this guy set himself up for a fall. And it does sound like that when I'm talking about it, because that was quite big sacrifices to make really fast. However, obviously I had the motivation for it. But I'm trying to give you the motivation from a different angle, from my own experience. So yes, I made these changes, drastic ones. Some of them I was already doing, so it wasn't that hard. It was just tweaking things a little bit. So where I was having sugar in my tea, I just pulled that out. You know, where I was having 2 chapatis, I just went to 1. Where I was having no salad with dinner, I was having more salad with dinner. You know, so I was making these little changes that I knew were sustainable for me. I never put anything in there which I know I couldn't do. So, really important thing to take from this is I never stopped eating the things I liked eating. I just made sure those things that are maybe too rich, I would only eat them very like now and again. So maybe once a week, once every couple of weeks. Treat day, but you know, made sure it was a treat day. And again, that day, it wasn't like a binge day. It was just eating a little bit of that nice food and getting that flavour and getting that enjoyment from it. And you can do that. It's all a mindset. Remember, Manjit Jagjit. I thought I wouldn't quote anything, but I can't help it. I'm a Sikh, so I love quoting from Guru Granth Sahib. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji, our first Guru of the Sikhs, say that if you can conquer the mind, you can conquer anything. And that line is what it means. If you can understand and discipline your mind, you can achieve anything in life. That is a fact. So that's what I did. I says, right, okay, I cut these things out, I've cut my portions down, and I'm going to stop eating all this fried food. So I did that. And through that, without even realising, a couple of times looking in the mirror thinking, what's happened here? I lost 2.5 stone, I've written down to 9 stone. I put a couple of pounds on, which is really good, but I lost 2.5 stone. So I went from somewhere like 72 kg or something like that. I'm not very good with the kg, to 58 or 62 to 58, something like that. I lost 12 kg, yeah, so that makes more sense. Yeah, and so I lost all that fat. You know, I lost a lot of weight, so a lot of my clothes, if anybody's been noticing some of my videos, look a bit big on me. However, I'm aiming to get these all sorted or buy some new ones, but not being in India yet due to all the coronavirus stuff. So yeah, I lost a lot of weight, so I'm just sort of disguising it with these scarves and the zip jackets that I've been wearing in my videos to disguise the fact that my outfits, my jewellery, my Sikh attire looks really big. So I feel great. Guru's Kirpa, with God's grace, I feel great. I'm happy with those changes, and I'm trying to remain in that mind, that focus, that this is the way I want to be. And because I've seen the results, it's made me stronger. And long may that continue. No one knows what's down the path for you. And if you think you do, then you're saying that you're God, because no one knows, only God knows what's in store for you. So don't think for a second you're in control of my life and I'm in control of your life. However, information that I'm giving you, the experiences that I've experienced and sharing, you can take those and make a change in your life, and for the better. So for the time that we have on this earth, If it's quality over quantity, that's fine. If it's quantity over quality, then that's fine. That's up to you. If you want to live life, a really long life, but really in a bad way, that's up to you as well. But if you want to make those changes to be, energetic, more strong, more healthier, more alert, more aware, then that is going to be more beneficial to all of us. And that is my main aim. So and it's all possible. It just takes a little bit of discipline. And I just thought I wanted to share that with you, and I didn't want to go too deep with my story of what happened, but it happened to me, and it's not made up. And I just hope that from my experience of that story, it's made you think about what the British Heart Foundation is saying as well, because it's really shooken me up, and it really shook me up, and I definitely learned from it and want to learn more from it. And I think if you can just get with that mindset, because we have got a mindset, especially from the Asian society, where you've got to be big, and if you're not fat, you're not eating very well, and you're malnutritioned and all that stuff. You hear a lot of this taboo, or like there's one thing that people say, like especially in India and from that side, people say, "Oh, Palavan, he's a Palavan, and he's strong and big, but really he's overweight and fat and unhealthy." And then when they see someone who's thin, they go, "He's kamjor, meaning he's unhealthy, and he's bamar, meaning like ill." And I've had all those comments as well, but it's nothing to do with that. And again, no one's in control of your life expectancy. That's all in the hands of Waheguru. That's all in the hands of the big man. You just need to pray that you have, with the life that you do have, you live it in a very energetic, healthy, sharing, caring, selfless way, that you can make a change in this world. And I think that's so important to take from this video. It's the reason why I want to make this video, is that if I can make someone think about, the way they are as a person, the way they're eating, then I've done my job on this earth. I heard a beautiful saying from someone, is a Sikh from Glasgow, and he says, if we can leave this world a little bit cleaner than we first found it, then you've done your job. And that is a beautiful saying, and I use it quite a lot. So thanks to him for coming to Glasgow, from Glasgow to Edinburgh, and sharing that with us, because it's so true. If you can leave this world a little bit cleaner when you first found it, then your job is done. And that's not sweeping the floor. Obviously that's good as well, because that cleans the world as well. But it could be just even little things like, helping out at a food bank, helping out clean the Gurdwara, on a Sunday when it's Seva Day, helping family out with the groceries. It could be little things like that can just make a difference in someone's life, and that is leaving the world a little bit cleaner than you first found it. Not just looking down and then complaining about things but do nothing about it, because that's another thing that we have trait in our society, in our culture. We look down. The classic one is going to the Gurdwara and looking about, and then coming home and then saying to your friends and family, "I was at the Gurdwara today, and you should have seen the state of the toilets. They were terrible." And you say to the person, "Oh, so did you clean the toilets up then, because they were that dirty?" And they go quiet, and they just walked out. They never cleaned the toilets. So don't complain. Why don't you use that complaint, turn it into energy, and start cleaning the toilets yourself, and then make a difference? No point complaining about it. If you see something that needs done, do it. Don't just talk about it, and don't complain about it, because that's what we do. We complain a lot. So let's make those changes. Let's try to be better people, and let's try to change these habits of a lifetime and make good habits by changing the way we eat, the way we do things. Let's exercise more. Let's be more positive, because that helps a lot as well. And I just wanted to finish off with this last thing. If anybody has got any questions they want to ask, if they want to come live with me on a podcast, I'm happy to do that. I've never done that before, and it'll be a great experience. If you want to leave some comments about anything, happy to reply back and share some private stuff. But for the video alone, I just wanted to go on those few topics and cover what I want to cover without going too long, because I know a lot of people hate long videos, but this had to be done in this format, YouTube style, 20 minutes. So please, it's only 20 minutes. I hope you can take out 20 minutes to watch this video. And if you learn something from it, please like it, please share it, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and have a great night. Love you all. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।